Our latest paper analyzes how the naive diversification bias affects project selection. People love diversification. We don't like to choose just one thing from many, but a bit from everything. If offered 2 of these candy bars, most of us would choose 2 different ones. Or think of a buffet. You probably don't take only your favorite items, but a bit from everything. When you plan your day, you plan a variety of activities. And in project selection, people spread budget across many project types. This behavior feels reasonable, it feels fair, but it's rarely best for achieving your goals. We analyzed in laboratory experiments how this diversification bias affects project selection. Here is the setup that we used. We offered participants 40 projects ranked by risk and return. Project 1 was the safest one, project 40 was the riskiest one. And higher risk went along with higher returns. Here's what happened. Most participants spread their choices almost evenly across projects. It resulted in a diversified portfolio with moderate risk and moderate return. Now, is this a problem? Probably yes, because the results come from spreading resources evenly. They are not based on a rational allocation approach. This isn't just a lab effect. In a survey with over 1,000 executives, the executives were asked about the level of risk-taking at their companies. Only about a third felt that they took the right level of risk, and most stated that their firms were too cautious. One way to manage risk-taking behavior is through strategic buckets. With those buckets, projects are classified into categories, such as safe and risky. By labeling projects this way, we can draw attention towards risk. And this affects project selection. In an experiment that we conducted, everything was identical to the previous one, but we labeled the projects as safe and risky. Participants then first decided how many safe and risky projects to select, and then chose specific ones within each of the buckets. They could have made the same choices as before. But remember, we love to diversify. Participants couldn't resist investing across projects and across buckets. They chose about 6 projects from the safe bucket and 4 projects from the risky one. That is, they chose twice as many risky ones as before. This led to 12% higher risk and 32% higher expected return. So strategic buckets work. They nudge selection in predictable ways. And the effect is robust. It holds across different thresholds, across different bucket numbers, across different constraints, and across different selection processes. What does it mean in practice? It means that introducing strategic buckets activates the naive diversification bias. How you define buckets steers project selection. There are 2 important takeaways. First, expect naive diversification when introducing those buckets. Managers will naturally spread resources across all buckets and across project types within each of the buckets. Second, you can use those buckets as a design tool. By setting the number and the thresholds, you can nudge investment behavior towards the risk-return balance that you want. So in a nutshell, the bias is guiding project selection, and bucket design can guide the bias. If you would like to learn more, our paper is available for free here at the QR code, or reach out to any of us. We'd be happy to answer your questions and discuss the bias with you. Thanks for your attention.